Okay, so I wanted to identify what I believe was causing some rattling inside my vehicle in the rear quarter panel area inside. So basically there's a lot of this material. I'm assuming what it is like a fiberglass type of, maybe not fiberglass, but something that was put on the metal to deaden the sound and or vibration. But then over time it flakes off. So there's a sticky part that goes on the metal, but then there's areas where there's no metal, and this went over it and it dried out and then it flaked off. And you can kind of tell like how it's plasticky. There's a certain amount of thickness, and a lot of these pieces were bigger or smaller or whatever, and they had fallen inside right above the wheel well area, and I think they were down there and they just started rattling. And this is what I pulled out from the passenger side rear quarter panel, and I'm going to do the driver's side next. The noise wasn't coming from the driver's side, at least I don't think, but I'm going to go ahead and clean that area out since I have a lot of the stuff out of the vehicle, and it gives and I have access to it, so I don't have to do this again in a few years when that side starts to break off. But you can see just how whatever brittle this stuff is. And I went for a test drive after I took off this area from the rear quarter panel on the passenger side, and the rattle was gone, which is kind of cool. I was really happy with that. Kind of rarely do you find like the smoking gun, and this, I think in this case, was it. So if you have rattling from the rear quarter panel, I think that's where it's coming from, at least for me. And I'm assuming they did this on all the vehicles, and all the vehicles that are this old, I would think would be experiencing the same thing. All right, so I'll show you inside the car on the right side or on the driver's side. Okay, so I removed the sound bar. There's like a carpeted panel that you have to remove. There's some, I don't know, material here. There's a little plate. You have to remove all that stuff out. And then you can see on this side, I popped this panel out along with this panel, and they gave me access. That gave me access to back inside there. And so I'll show you on this side how this panel gets popped out. Anyways, I thought it was maybe back here, so I took some of this stuff apart, and that's something that you don't necessarily have to do. Hopefully you guys can see. This is like a super awkward position. Okay. You don't have to pull it out all the way. Yeah, you do have to pop this bottom part first, and then you can pop this. Alright. So, there it goes. And there you see all that? That's what's flaking off. And yes, there's material. There's this kind of material, but it does fall inside, back inside there. So what I did was just take all this stuff out. You can see like on the metal it's sticking, but on these open areas it's totally flaking off and breaking. And this stuff, I just pull all this stuff out. Just extra material basically. So I'm sure it saved times. Well, this material isn't here to prevent this, but anyways, so what you do is, what's happening is that material is falling back there and basically rattling inside there. All right. Back freaking work. It's like the most awkward position to squat in. I was back here before for another reason, and I cleared a lot of this side out. I don't think there's a lot down here. Oh, what's that? Actually, see, look at this. Stuff like that. That would have definitely made some rattling noise. And then I would suggest breaking off pieces that are in these empty areas, because just over time they're gonna break. And then since you're back here, don't have to come back here ever again. It is a hassle. There's more material. It's like hollow, so it makes a perfect whatever, perfect thing for resonance. See, stuff like this. Okay, so I'm putting everything back in typical German fashion. This has structure to it, and I don't remember exactly how I took it out, so I'm just going to somehow just kind of shove it in there. I think it's going to go more or less like that. There's a seatbelt coil that's right here, so I'm going to shove this in, and then this I'm just going to tuck at the bottom. Somewhere down here. Alright, so another thing you have to be careful about when you put this back together, you can see there's these clips, and there are some that are missing because they're stuck inside there. They're stuck right there. Take them out, and then go in like that. This has to go in first like this. Oh, tell me you're in. Hey. Alright, so this is everything from both sides. They're bigger chunks. They kind of broke when I was pulling it out, but hopefully this will help someone else who has the same type of issue with rattling in the back quarter panels. Alright, that's it.